Good afternoon. So let me start the today's session. Sorry for the disturbance. So all of you, I request you to join the session. So let me start the session. So last class we have studied the concept of bubble sort. The concept of bubble sort we have gone through. Right. Today we will see a simple concept of what is selection sort and insertion sort. Fine. So we have seen last class, those who are not able to attend the class or as the video has not been recorded. So I might record it once again and I might circulate it in the group regarding the bubble sort. So in simple overall overview, it is one of the sorting technique wherein the given elements are being sorted in such a way that, so if there are 4 elements, the number of iteration, it consists of 2 for loops. Outer for loops represents the number of iterations. You could see if we have 4 elements, we have 3 outer for loop, and these represents the number of computations. So, and inner for loop represents the number of comparisons within the outer for loop. So how many iterations do we need? So we need 3 iterations when we have 4 elements to sort 4 elements. But in individual iteration, we'll have a n minus I minus 1. That is, as we proceed with iterations, the comparisons goes on reducing, right? So now, so let me go to the one more concept today. So that is let me today go with one more concept, that is a selection sort and this one, right? Selection sort and insertion sort. What is selection sort? So we have this concept, selection sort and insertion sort. So before going to the program, just want to explain what is selection sort, how do you represent in the list. Okay, so if you could see, so there are so many sorting algorithms. This is a basic sorting algorithms. So let me explain and analyze what is selection sort. Okay, so with the knowledge that you have bubble sort, as you know, you do number of iterations n minus 1 and comparisons. Let us start selection sort. So imagine we have set of cards and we want to arrange these cards in increasing order of the rank. So initially we can keep these cards on the left hand. So first we can select the minimum card, that is 3. So let us put on the right hand side. So again I select 4. So 4 on the right hand. So I'm just sorting it. So again, as of now I select. So left will be the unsorted set of cards, and on the right hand side we do keep on sorting. So if I select 6, so 6 will be selected on the right hand side, 9 will be selected on the right hand side. So this is a sorted array of the cards. So imagine if you want to write a program to sort a given set of integers in increasing order. Okay, so we have 6 integers. So 0 to 5 is a set of integers. So we'll create one more array of same size of A. So this is a B array. So B consists of a sorted arrays. Okay. So in individual step, we do select one element and we do keep it on the array B. So which is a minimum in array 1? A is a 1 minimum. So we'll position it to 1. So 1 is already been selected. What we'll consider A of 3 will not be considered for the next iteration. Right. So it is one of the maximum. We feel that with the ASCII code 2 to the power of 32 minus 1 will be the maxes. This has come to the 32-bit value. So this will mark this is a maximum value 1 and we will keep it on the A of 0. What is the second maximum with respect to the ASCII code? That is 2. So 2 is in the position A of 0. So we'll position to the next A of n. So this is completed and this is marked. Again, third is the next element, highest element. So we are going to sort it in such a way that we are simply keeping same as if like cards arrangement. So we have copied, we have identified one by one, right? So we have sorted the elements. But the problem is that we have a extra element that is being required for auxiliary element. So larger the size of A, the larger the memory of B is being required to sort the elements. Hence, it is not that much in place sorting algorithm that takes constant amount of extra memory. Hence, the selection sort is with respect to the time complexity, it is not the, one of the advantages to use the selection sort. Right. So this is a concept of a selection sort. So this is an unsorted list. So what is the minimum element? It is 1. Whole array is being scanned. So the minimum element is 1. So what we'll do is so we will swap this 1, okay, this swap with the first 0th index. So this is a way we can utilize the less memory. That is what we did. We swapped A of 3 was 1, we swapped into A of 0. And this element was kept on the position. So again, we will scan freshly from 1 to 5. Which is the minimum element? 2 is the minimum element. So minimum 2 elements. So this will be replaced at A of 1. So A of 1 swap A of 3 with A of 1, 3, and we'll keep it 2. Now the rest of the sorting is being required with respect to 2, 3, 4, 5. So which is the next element? It is a third. Right? So 2 to 5 index 3. So 3 has to be replaced at the position A of 2 and with swapping 4. So 3 and 4 will be swapped. Okay. So we are not going to touch this mark as they proceed go on sorting. So we are left with the A of 2, A of 3, A of 4, A of 5. So now 3 is the minimum. So 3 has to be replaced with 4. So they are swapped. So 3 comes over here and 4 comes over here. Now the rest of the left out unsorted part is 3, 4, 5. Again, as we go on proceed, 4 replaced with the 5. Again, last element 5, 7 compared, right? Is it is as it is, nothing to do. So 7 keep as it is. So it is at the, this is one of the way how do we sort the elements in selection sort. That is simply we do compare and simply swap the elements. So this is totally different than bubble sort and the insertion sort. So we're simply selecting, as you could see, you will write the pseudocode, write a function. So selection sort algorithm, what it consists of? It consists of a number of elements in an array and the number of elements, right? So we'll run one loop starting from I to 0 to n minus 1. Okay. In each iteration of the loop, what we'll do is we'll set the ith position, that is from A of 0th. So you will do compare A of 0 compare with the A of. Okay. So coming to the programming, right? If you could want to go with the program. So we have a selection sort. So this was the animation that I have shown you how to understand the concept of selection sort. So what we do is, this is a given array, same thing. So we identify the minimum element. The minimum element has to be replaced with the a of 1. So once you replace with a of 1, once you replace with a of 1, so this 2 will come over here, 18 will come over here. So this is a sorted, right, in the first iteration. Once it is sorted, so 2, 3, 18. So we are not going to consider this. We are going, now we have to look into 3, 18, 33, 21, which is a minimum element. 3 is already the minimum element, so 3 will be kept there only. It is to be compared with this a of 1, and hence it is as it is kept. So what is the sorted element? 2, 3, 18, 30. So now we will not consider this. We'll consider for the next iteration 18, 13, 33, 21. So which is a minimum element? 18 is a minimum element. So 18 has to be replaced here only. See, here rounded and the thing. So rounded denotes the smallest element. This denotes the currently selected element, right? So you will keep this. Again, the next sorted element is 2, 3, 18, 33, 31. So this is already sorted. We'll identify out of 33, 21, which is a minimum element. 21 is a minimum element. It has to be replaced at this position. So we are going to swap it. So 33, 21. Again, left out is this, right? 33, 21 will be replaced. 21 will come over here. Okay. So 21 and 33. Clear? So this is a way how do we, there is a mistake in the last iteration. So I just corrected it, right? This is how we are going to identify the minimum element and sort it. So write an algorithm to perform selection sort on a given array of integer. So here is a algorithm. So algorithm is to find one of the minimum element in the given whole array. As we go on proceeding, the first, second elements are going on eliminated from finding the minimum element, right? So this is a selection sort. So just see, enter the 5 numbers of the elements. You are storing 5 elements. Sorted elements automatically will sort. But how exactly it does? So that is selection sort. As I explained, first you load the array with the size. So basically we have used size as n. Okay. So I equal to 0, I less than n, right? The same n iterations are going to be gone with the array. First, we are identifying the minimum, which is a minimum in an array of that is being using array I equal to 0 first iteration with the size of array. So what is this LOC? LOC is nothing but a minimum function. Okay. So you could see what is min. Min function identifies the minimum element from the given array of element. So you do compare the minimum element with the individual element of array, then you return m. M is a minimum element. Okay. Least byte, lower the bytes. Okay. So this selection algorithm in individual iteration identifies the minimum element and compares with the rest of the array and replaces. Okay. Once again, if you could see, when you call minimum function using an array, so we are finding the location of the smallest element. Okay. So we do compare while location of the lower element and upper element less than. So if it is less than, you are going to replace it, which is a minimum element. Minimum element will be stored into the value called m. So this goes on proceeding until the while loop fails. In the sense, if you want to clear picture on this, so what I had explained right now, if you could see here, see here, what I'm going to do is, see previously, if you could see here, one was the minimum element. By using min function, you need to identify this a of 3. So in a of 3 has to be simply replaced with a of 0, and you have to swap it. That is 2 will come over here, 1 will be stored over here, right? That is the first iteration. Once it is finished, we are not going to take into the consideration this part. This part is finished. We are going to compare among this. So that is 74253. Which is a minimum element? 2 is a minimum element. So you replace 2 with 7, right? Replace 2 with 7. And once you replace it, see, 2 is a minimum element, replace with 7. And again, what we are going to do, we are not going to consider this part. So we are going to compare among this. Fourth 753, which is a minimum, 3 is a minimum. So you are going to replace 3 with the 4. Okay, 3 with the 4, right? We are just concentrating on a of 2 to a of 5 in element. And once you complete it, you could see 3 4 will be replaced, and again see replace. So we are, once it is being replaced, 3 will be come over here, 4 will come here. We are not going to see this. Now the left out array is this. Again, as we proceed, 4 5 again replaced. So 5, so 7 is already, no need to swap. If it is not greater, you are not going to swap. If it is greater, we are going to swap it, right? So coming to this concept, same thing, implementation in terms of a programming. So what is that? If LB is less than UB, if LB is less than EB, that is, if the array of the LB, the memory of LB is less than array of M, then you are storing M into this, or else you will store as it is, return M. So this return M will come over here, LOC, calling minimum function. So this identify the min function, store into the, you swap to the position in an array. So as we go on proceeding, so for loop goes on incrementing. First 5 elements, next 4, right? It's second element, 2 to 5, 3 to 5, 4 to 5, as such is proceeds. Okay, so coming back to the same concept what has been explained. So from a notes point of view, right, what is a selection sort? See, what is a selection sort? So this is being given. So we have a number of iterations, is only n iterations. So n or n minus 1 maximum. So first identify the smallest element. So identify the smallest element. See, this is a pass, that is iteration 1, position 1, which is a minimum element, it position 1. So in position A of 1, we have a minimum element, no? So 9. So 9 will be replaced at A of 0. And A of 0, 1 will be replaced with 39. You could see here. Rest of the thing is okay. Now my next iteration will be regarding this. So this we are going to write in the for loop. As for loop goes on increment, I equal to 0, I equals to 1. Next iteration, I equals to 1. So 39, 81, 45, 90, 27, out of which is a minimum element. So 18 is a minimum element. So which is a position? So 7th is a minimum position. So 7th has been replaced with the pass 2. So that is with the position A of 2. So here you could see 18 has been replaced with the 39. 39 comes over here, right? So we are not going to consider this in the second iteration. Third iteration, we are not going to consider this. We are comparing 27, 45, 90, 81, out of which is a minimum. So minimum is 27. So 27 has to be replaced same as it is. It is already in the array of 2, so no need to worry. So it will not work for the minimum element. Minimum itself is array of 2. Again, next 39, 90, 81, out of which is a minimum element. So minimum element is 39. So 39 as it is into the same position. No need to worry. When it comes to the this 90, 81, 72, 45, 45 is a minimum. Now see, 45 will come over here, 90 will go off over here. It will swap. So swap will work only if the minimum element is not in that particular position of a array that is being passed, right? So let me explain. So I thought of going for insertion sort. Maybe it is not possible today to go with the insertion sort. So let me go with this concept only. No need to worry. Let us go slowly only, right? Here see. So selection sort, when the program selection sort algorithm is called, your complete array is being passed with the size of the array, right? For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So you need to find the minimum element. So minimum element is a separate function call. When you call, if it is visible, minimum, so you are going to find the minimum location of the smallest element in an array. Whole array is passed for the first time. The whole array is passed for the first time with all the elements, first iteration. So in that, which is the minimum element is identified. That minimum element is passed above. Then once it is passed above, this replaces the array of location. For the first iteration, a of 0. A of 0 will be replaced with the minimum element. So you will swap it. If that is in the case, whichever the minimum element is being passed, that element will be swapped over here. Again, the second iteration of the for loop, I equals to 1. So I equals to 1, 1 less than n, right? The whole array is passed with respect to the I value. See, I value. So I value starts from 1. So minimum, the first element is eliminated. The reduced array is being passed over here. In that, which is a minimum element. So minimum element is identified. If LB is less than UB, then that element is being replaced with the position. So what I have shown you, the animated, same as if it will works, and reduce the array I value goes on reducing. See, I equal to 0, full array is passed. I equals to 1, 4 elements. If there are 5 elements, I equal to 0, 5 elements first pass. Second pass, 4 elements, 3 elements is passed. And find the minimum elements, replace it. As such, it goes, and you are going to get the sorted element. But the problem with the sorted selection sort is that, so it takes a lot of memory. Number of comparisons made during the pass is n minus 1. Number of comparisons made during individual iteration is n minus 2. Remember, n minus 2 is the number of comparisons that you do in individual iterations. So number of comparisons made during last pass is 1. So based on this calculations, we have calculated the time complexity. So try to understand what is n minus 1. N minus 1 is the number of iterations. So iterations. In individual iterations, what are the number of comparisons? It is n minus 2. Last pass is 1. So the complexity could be calculated as big O of n square. So advantages is it is one of the simplest sorting technique. It is easy to understand. Easy to understand why? Because first identify the minimum element, put it in the first array element. Then leave the first array element, compare the rest of the array element. In that you identify the minimum element, replace to the second position. Again, reduce the array in that minimum element. So you go on proceeding in arranging the elements in sorted order. So these are all the few of the advantages that you can go through. The disadvantages is efficiency of big O of n square is not well suited for large size list. It takes a lot of memory with respect to the other sorting algorithms. Hope you have understood what is selection sort. So we have next is a insertion sort. So I'll not do insertion sort today. I could see a strength, very less strength in the class. So bubble sort, yesterday I could not record the sessions. Maybe I'll record it once again, because it was an important session yesterday, taking to the considerations bubble sort you have studied in your first sem. So selection sort is the simplest. In fact, thing is that you have to remember these things. Selection sort, what is that? The selection, and you need to call a minimum function. Minimum function identifies the minimum element only with respect to the I that is being passed. Try to understand. I goes on increasing, no? So for the first iteration, the whole array is passed. The next iteration, if there are 5 elements in an array, imagine. So array goes on reducing. So minimum that is passed at the lower downside, it passes array with the value of I. Value of I will be treated as LB, right? Size will be UB. So size equals to N. So this goes on changing. What is that? This LB goes on changing in individual iteration. For the first iteration, A of 0, A of 5. Next iteration, A of 1, A of 5. A of 2, A of 5, A of 3, A of 5. As it is, the for loop goes on proceeding. It goes on and it identifies the minimum element in between for individual iterations. Right? So I hope all of you have tried to understood the concept. So I don't want to continue with the insertion sort today. So insertion sort is also one of the major technique. So we have selection sort, we have insertion sort, we have bubble sort. So bubble sort last class I did, right? So recording I could not do. So selection sort today I have done it, right? Insertion sort probably I'll do it on the Thursday class, Friday class, and we have a quick sort on the Saturday class. So that completes your complete sorting techniques and the various linear search, binary search and linear search last class being done. So this could be an excellent topic that could be focused on the examination point of view in order to understand this. And we left with the graphs so that we will complete this module 5, right? Graphs, what we'll do is we'll not go with much of the concept. We'll just track through the notes. That might be more than enough for understanding the concept. We'll go only with the examination point of view. There are few of the concepts that you need to understand, so that we'll do it, right? So here you could see merge sort and bucket sort. It is not being there in the syllabus, so I'm not going to cover this. So if at all they ask you, maybe it is a out of syllabus. They have asked only selection, insertion, bubble, and quick sort. In searching, they have asked only linear, binary, and hash. Okay, so today I started exactly at 12:30. So I request you to join the session 12:30 on Tuesday and Wednesdays. So let me stop the session today. So those who have not given the attendance can give the attendance on the chat session. Hope all of you have given the attendance on the chat session. So if you have given the attendance, you can leave the session for the day. So let me stop the session.